What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for a brand new installment of the 3T series, where I'm attempting to play through and show you guys all the awesome courses on GSPro by playing, as the name implies, 3 holes per course, usually the 1st, the 9th, and the 18th. For today, we have a special one because we have not only a subscriber requested course, but also, I guess you call it a designer requested course. So for today's video, we are going through Grand Geneva, the Highlands course. I actually just accidentally loaded up the other one. It was like Brute Falls or something, which also looked really good. But this one, so I guess there's probably 18 holes, if not more. But Grand Geneva, the Highlands, this is in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, USA, designed by Golfer God 1986, aka David. And David actually stumbled across one of my live streams I did for Flying Fat Kids Crazy Fun League, I think he calls it now, where I was playing Wild Rocks. And he mentioned that he's been doing a couple courses. I think he originally said that Wild Rocks was his first one, and then he ended up having an issue with his computer, and he lost all of the work that he did, which kind of, hindsight, kind of worked out in the end, from what I've heard. Designers is a massive, massive learning curve doing your first course, and by the time you get to like your second or third course, you say, wow, I wish I would have known all this now and gone back and redid the first one. But he's done a couple other ones. Wild Rocks was his first. He ended up losing the footage and then going back. I think he did 2 others, probably these 2, and then went back and redid Wild Rocks. But he mentioned that he did this recently and wanted me to check it out. So we're going to give it a go. Playing the furthest back tees like always. Well, I guess not like always. Recently I did closer tees, but we're back to the furthest back tees. 8-foot gimme circles, auto aim on the putting just to make it a little bit easier. But I do the course recommended settings, and I'm going to get in the habit of, despite my projector not being the best, I'm going to leave the lighting as much as I can, leave the lighting standard so it loads up the way the designers originally had it planned. Maybe it may not look the best on my end. If I really struggle with the contrast of seeing like the dots on the green, I'll have to change it, but I would say probably 75, 80, 90% going forward. C-Drum has been scolding me. Kidding, not scolding, but basically they put a ton of work and time into making the lighting and fine-tuning it exactly how they want it. So I want to do the course justice and leave it the way I can. But kind of some crazy settings. I always do the course recommended settings. We've got firm fairways and firm greens. This was another one. Dave will have to let me know. The only 3 options were 6, 7, and 8 on the stimps. So I don't know if this course, he designed it that way to where the greens are a bit slower, or maybe my GSPro, that happened a couple times ago, where the stimps were really, really low, which I haven't even seen like 6 before. I don't know if that's the way it was originally designed. Usually I see 8 through 13 is pretty standard. Maybe they added some more. I don't know. He'll let us know. But fairways are firm, greens are firm, stimps are 8. Blue tees at 6,600. Those were the furthest back. Thursday pins and 879 feet of course altitude with calm winds. So without further ado, let's hit the flyover. It looks really cool with the flowers here. There's like a building or condos or something over there on the left. The flowers look really good. I always say for these designers, very, very impressive for the first couple courses. Way better than what I could ever do. So already just standing on this first tee looks good. But let's hit the flyover here. First hole, par 4, 386 yards. Does not look like we want to be right here. We've got some apartments or something over there. Some like brick building on the left. The bunkers looks like some darker sand. Trees look good. Green looks good. I like the longer rough. Cars in the parking lot over there. Let's move ourselves over here on the tee box. Only hit a handful of shots like usual to warm up, so this may be interesting. But we'll go over there and let's see if we press J. As of late, I've been kind of hitting some pretty sizable hooks. So we'll aim right side of the fairway, hopefully put this out there and play. Birds flying over right now. Nice little touch. Hopefully even par through these 3 holes, 1, 9, and 18. But like usual, all comes down to being able to get off the tee box in an efficient manner. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. 153 ball speed, not even that bad, but just 600 backspin, 43 spin axis to the left. That carried a whopping 222 in the air. I don't know, warmer weather now. I have the fan going. Maybe I'm just releasing my hands quicker. I don't know. I got to do some work on on the range with driver, but that's starting to get a bit frustrating. I went through a period of about a week and a half where I just tried hitting up on it as much as I can, right around that 6-degree mark. That was 5.3, and things were going really good with a baby draw. But that is a pretty sizable duck hook. Luckily, I just aim right and take the right side of the course out of play, but not the best start. 269 on the rollout, but that's probably the firm fairway. So we've got 116 out of the rough. Again, the elevation, 800. I'm used to about, locally, I'm at like 290, 295, basically 300. So it's going to be a touch more and not a ton. But 116 is going to come out right. We're going to try to draw it. And with these firm greens, we're going to have to land it short. So I think I'm looking for about 119 and then another 6, so like 125. I think I probably want about 115 out of this. So I'm going to hit a choke down pitching wedge, about a 75% pitching wedge. Try to hit it 115 in the air and have it kind of bounce up there, hopefully. $119, that's going to sit. Wasn't hit terrible, though. Sit. And big bounce on those firm greens. Not a bad shot. Normal greens, that would have been perfect, but that was a couple yards more than I wanted. However, gives us a putt for birdie. 10 feet. You got to remember these 8 stimps. 10 feet, playing 9. Probably feel closer to like 10, 11, 12 feet based on I've been kind of getting myself acclimated to 11 stimps, but let's see. Luckily, I don't have to toil over the line, so straight putt here. Hopefully, we get this in the hole to start off with a birdie. And we pushed it right and a little too much speed. All right, we'll take the par. Flying over to the second hole, 9th hole, par 4, 448 yards. We got some more big birds. We got some fog over there, it looks like, in the background. Really, really nice. I like the different color flowers on the left over here. If I click over here, you can see some of these. These flowers are a nice touch. They look really good. Not sure the time of day he had it set to. Again, I'm always tempted to. I always like to go in here. I press toggle advance. If you guys just look over here on the right side, you can tell the difference. So if I press toggle advance, to me that looks a bit brighter and a bit more visually appealing, but again, I want to do the course justice the best that I can and leave it the way it was designed by the designers. But let's hit the flyover. Cart path running down the right side. I wonder, maybe David will let us know about those bunkers. I've never seen the bunkers that color before. Maybe it's a different type of sand out here in Wisconsin than I'm used to. I don't mind the look of it. It's something different. It's kind of cool. Looks like it almost maybe rained before, and they're kind of wet and saturated with water. All right, let's aim up the right side again. Hopefully neutralize this hook a little bit. This is kind of, you look at the mini map, I've been coined accidentally a new term as of late, which is I tried to say skinny fairway, and my words got tied together, and it came out scareway, which is honestly kind of fitting. So pretty narrow, skinny fairway here, so we'll call this a scareway, and we're hoping that we can find a sliver of short grass here. Oh, low on the face, and it's a baby fade instead of a draw, so that is not going to be ideal, aiming right. Luckily, we got a bounce over to the left. Got a cool look at these flowers over here. Those look really good. I don't know if that's a standard base thing, but these look pretty good. Collider's there, so we're going to have to take our medicine and go out this way. 130 out of the rough. I'm just going to hit a pitching wedge right there and get ourselves back into play. Waste of a stroke, but that's what happens when you account for the overdraw duck hook left, and I actually neutralize it and straighten it out. That wasn't a bad drive at all. A little bit low on the face of the backspin kicked up, but 73 RPMs of side spin to the right. That's pretty darn straight, but would have been nice if I actually aimed down the middle instead. In any event, let's get a pitching wedge back into play. Try to hit this about 130, 125, 130 in the air. I thinned it, but it'll be fine. 127. Sit in the fairway. All right. Back into play. Took our medicine. Should give us a pretty straight up look now into this green. 59 yards, up about 3. So we're at 62. I'm going to hit a 56. Probably want to land this about 55 or so. Let's see what it looks like. There's some undulation here. What is the heat map doing? So longer and a little bit to the left won't be bad. So we'll aim there. .54. Get in that circle. Okay. By the hair of my chinny chin chin, which is getting longer and longer. I got to get my beard trimmed. But we did sneak inside the inner circle. That's a good par save after that tee shot. So we're even through 2. Ooh, cool little sign here. I can't quite make it out on my projector. Let me see on the screen. So it says hole 18. Oh, and it gives the yardages. That's cool. That's a cool little touch. Even through 2. Third and final hole. 18th hole, par 4. 395. Looks like a pretty substantial dogleg left. Flying through the trees. At least here on this hole, that looks like deep rough over on the left, but it looks like we do have some room, both left and right, which is good. Hopefully if I hit this relatively straight, we can cut some of the distance off. I don't love this tree here, but if we go out this way, we've got a ton of room left. I don't want to be in the deep rough, but we got a ton of room over there, and we also have room right. So we'll go right there. Hopefully hit this a bit straighter. Really, really good job. I mean, I think this was the 3rd course. So again, he did Wild Rocks, but then that got deleted. So then he worked on 2 others, and then Wild Rocks again. So I don't know what you consider this, 2nd, 3rd, 4th course, whatever. Really, really good. Nice detail. We got a bridge here. Again, way, way better. I can't stress that enough. Way better than what I could ever do. I try to give kind of some helpful feedback and some review with beta testing type of stuff, but I have a pretty untrained eye, and I'm not one. It's not like I'm a seasoned designer giving out these tips. And duck hook. Right into the deep rough. These flowers do look really good. This is a cool. I'm just trying to get a good experience of the course here. This is a cool look. This is not going to be a super fun shot out of here. It's going to kill all the spin. We've got 112 up 7. So we're at 119, and the deep rough's going to be 21%, so another 20 yards. So we're up to like 140. I'm going to hit a full pitching wedge, try to fly at about 130, and then I think because of the spin, it's going to roll out. We are on an upslope, but let's just double check the heat map. All right. I mean, it all slopes from back right to the front, but I don't want to be, I can't aim that far, so hopefully account for the draw and put this relatively close. I thinned it again. Well, that still would have been short. What did that come out as? 80%, 53% spin. I needed, I don't even know if I hit that good, like low 130s of carry for a pitching wedge. I don't know if that still would have been enough. Maybe just to hit the fringe, it would have been tough to stop it. But that was maybe either a more well-struck pitching wedge or possibly a choke down 9. In any event, 16 yards, firm greens. We'll go 60 degree. We're on an upslope, and we're hitting into an upslope, which will help. The rough's going to take off a little bit of spin. It's going to come out left, but the green slopes that way, so we'll go a touch to the right. We'll go there. And I think all we're looking for is about 10 yards here. I may need to sit. 11, sit. All right, we'll take it. So, Actually, not too bad. Haven't been playing the best. I was low on time the last time I came out here. I was kind of rushing through it. I didn't play the best, which I kind of expected, but we'll take this. This is the first video today from Grand Geneva, the Highlands course in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, USA, designed by Golfer God 1986, aka David. Shout out to David. We ended up with even par through the 3 holes, so par on 1, par on 9, par on 18. We'll take a look at the stats. 3 pars. We didn't hit a single fairway, so no driving statistics. 15 feet of putting. 4 putts. 17 minutes on the gameplay. Only 1 out of 3 greens regulation and 0 out of 3 fairways. Despite having those greens regulation and those fairways being as abysmal as they are, I'll take the even par from the furthest back tees through the 3 holes. So not the best stats. However, we pieced it together. We were able to recover and hit some decent shots into greens and whatnot. Probably got to do some more work on driver. It seems like I go through periods where I hit it really well and I say, okay, the driver is good for now, and then I work on other things, and then slowly but surely I find myself needing to probably dedicate an hour or 2 swinging only driver again to get it back. But speed training has been a process. We've been getting up into the 160s a few times as of late, which is promising. Now I just got to go back to trying to slowly creep up that speed and work on some more consistency of getting that baby draw back. But there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, shout out to Golfer God, aka David. If you have any course requests, please let me know down below. Just give me the name of the course, the location, and a little bit of background, whether you designed it, maybe you had it built at your home course, world famous course, fictional course, whatever the case may be. I just like having a little bit of background information to include in these videos, so for anyone else watching, they get kind of an idea of why I'm doing it. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Like always, shout out to the members. Really appreciate the additional support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next course.